Dinner's ready, Mom. Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Chuckles here. Back at it again. We have another review. This week we're taking a look at E&L AKs. So we have two different models here. We have the AK PMC A110. So it's obviously the more tactical one. And then you have the AKS 74N. So it's the 74 style. Obvious differences. So first we're going to take a look at the A110. First we have quad rail up front, 6th position retractable stock in the back, AK saw style grip, which is super nice. I very much like it, really comfortable. Then you take a look at the AKS. The difference is that it has standard plum AK grip, just a Bakelite replica magazine, and then a real varnished wood front handguard, and a collapsible stock. Now all the E&L AK share the same quality, that they're stamped steel, just like real AKs. Their bodies are actually mil spec, so then you could use real size rails for real life, so replicas and whatever you kind of want to put on to make it look very tactical. And then the varnished wood on all the ones that actually do have wood. It's a very nice feature. Gives it a feel of realism. It's super solid. I really enjoy it. So we're going to be going over some of the basic features. They're all the stamped steel, which I told you before. The varnished wood, absolutely solid. These bodies feel like they're probably the most durable and robust AK bodies out there. Hopefully that's not too much of a challenge for people, but these are very solid. They have a decent weight to them. You definitely feel like if you drop this a million times, it's definitely not going to break. Battery goes up top, but I'll show you a bit more about that, like I showed you. They both have a optic mount, so you can mount your PSO sight. You can just do a rail mount, whatever you want. On the other AK, the PMC, you have to rail up top, so most people do like the T1, as you'll see later. Sight's adjustable for elevation, as per the usual on an AK. Kind of move back, we'll talk about the magazines. So they both, all of them, come with mid-cap magazines. This is a Bakelite replica. So the magwell, standard AK, just kind of rocks right in. Might feel a little wobbly, but guarantee you, it's a super solid lock, and it's definitely something that you're gonna lock in really nicely, especially on this one. For some reason, it's much nicer. As with standard AKs, you have the selector switch on the right side, safe, full auto, semi. It actually takes effort. Not much, but just enough that you know that sometimes if you've owned an AK, that the lever will get a little loose. So if you're shooting on full auto, it'll fall down a semi or something like that you run into. So that's definitely not going to be a problem with these, unless you've used them forever and dropped them a million times. I guarantee them something like that will happen. It's cool. Battery goes up top, so you take the top rail cover off. Can't fit an 11.1 up there, but you can fit a 9.6, an 8.4, and a 7.4 stick type. One of the cool things about the E&L AKs, other than they feel super realistic, is that the charging handle is really cool too. So you can pull it back and really like hit forward, and it's a really nice solid sound. So like, it sounds really good, and I very much enjoy that. So some of the upgrades that they made, these are the Gen 2s. So they have a couple more upgrades than the original Gen 1s. One of the things is that they decided they wanted to upgrade the hop-up. So the hop-up is full CNC'd aluminum, which is absolutely fantastic. It's bolted into the body, so your consistency for your air seals should be fantastic. The only plastic part is right here, it's the arm, which you can move, which isn't really much of a problem. It has a lot of tick marks. We'll probably give you a close-up here so you can see a bunch of the tick marks and numbers, so you can really fine-tune it to whatever specific way maybe you want, and then you're gonna know. All you need to do is flip to a number, and you're good to go, which is fantastic. These actually also have a quick change spring, similar to the way that Crytax and Elite Force 4 CRSs and Avalons kind of, where you have to take the gearbox out. But if you've ever owned an AK, one of those things you know is that spring changes can be pretty pesky, and that's very irritating. But you can do things like that to kind of get you up to a higher FPS than where you are currently at. So some of the other features that it includes in the gearbox is they have an upgraded Neo torque motor, so it's essentially a high torque motor, less resistance, which is really nice. They have silver corded wiring, so there's less resistance in the wiring, so you'll be fine running higher power batteries. Like, this thing will handle an 11.1, and you'll see some testing that we do later on. It also has a reinforced gearbox, 9mm ball bearings, and it's also enhanced on the motor grip, which is really nice. Some other things include CNC steel gears, plus a one-piece steel cylinder. So you're going to get a lot of longevity out of it, rather than having your piston and everything give up. So definitely worth the price tag. All right, I've said enough about these. Let's go take them on over to the gun range and see what kind of results we can crank out of them. All right, guys, here we are in the shooting booth. We got this hooked up to an 11.1. We're going to see what we can do about it. Really nice selector switch. See how it rocks in. Oh, fits like a glove. And let's get some full auto. That was gnarly. That was awesome. Alright, you guys, as you saw from the chronograph test, we're getting about 340 to 350 FPS with a .25 gram BB. That's perfect for indoors, but close enough to 400 that you can use it outdoors as well and not really compromise range or distance with this thing. So that's really nice. You also saw that we got about 20 rounds a second on an 11.1. This thing was probably the first AK I've ever seen to consistently feed on fully automatic and feed all but one BB in the magazine, which is absolutely fantastic. My final thoughts on this thing, you definitely buy it. If you want a pro-line level AK, something that's really going to stand up to a lot of punishment, these are definitely what you're looking for. This one retails at about $450. The AKS-74N, it goes for about $370. It's definitely worth the price tag because it has so many upgrades internally that you're going to get a lot of longevity out of this gun. I can guarantee you that, essentially. They're good if you want to do your op-4 kind of thing, if you want to be a PMC, or you just want to be a badass Russian for your Milsim Wisk stuff. So definitely check these guns out. We got them here. If you see one that you like that we don't have, let us know. We can special order you one. But until then, thank you guys very much. It's been Chuckles with Extreme Airsoft. We'll see you this week.